there. Welcome back to Sport on 7. I'm Tom Bushell, and don't forget you can get me on Twitter. It's at Tom Bushell UAE. The big results are to come, including, of course, from the US Open. Now, though, I'm talking once again to Big Ron Atkinson, as he is here in Dubai for Euro 2012.
Ron Atkinson, back here at Ibn Battuta Gate Hotel. Euro 2012, a week or so in. How are you finding it here?
Well, having a great time here. Always do when I come to Dubai, by the way. It's not hard to have a good time here, is it? And I've enjoyed the tournament. I think the games, the majority of the games, virtually all the games, have been super. And we've had some great nights up here. You know, the setup here, our little football pitch, all the guys here. It's been a thoroughly enjoyable tournament up to yet.
Now, it's worth just pointing out that we're filming this on Thursday, so come Monday night, when Sport on 7 is, of course, on the telly, some things might have changed. But this time last week, you were saying Robin van Persie would be your top goal scorer in Euro 2012. Unless he scores a hat-trick in the next game, that's not going to happen, is it?
It's going to be a very hard task. The other one, of course, Gomez, well, he's got away to a flyer. And the Russian boy, so he's in with a shout. But it only needs somebody to sort of knock in 2 or 3 in a game. I don't think it'll be an England player, by the way, unless Rooney comes back and catches fire against the Ukraine. To put themselves in pole position.
For you, I mean, a week in, who would you say is your favourite now? I mean, Spain, even without a striker, are looking like they're in good form. OK, they didn't beat Italy, but they're looking OK and they're going to get better. Italy as well, though, started off pretty well against Spain.
Italy, very impressive. I mean, they're one of those teams, aren't they? No matter what they do between tournaments, it seems when they come to a tournament, there's certain teams when they come to tournaments, and my favourite still is Germany, by the way, who are making steady progress. And they're a team that do tend to grow in tournaments. Spain are the best footballing side. I mean, that little thing, I'm trying to think when I'd ever seen that before, playing without a centre. I've played in teams that the centre forward hasn't been worth his salt, but to actually go on a pitch without a centre forward, and then you start looking at the Barcelona format since Villa's got injured, and they play Messi there, and it's obviously it's something they've copied off them. I think as the tournament unfolds, they'll have to go in with a recognised front player, be it Torres if they can ever get him firing, or
Torres looked sharp when he came on, but he just didn't put away his chances, did he? I mean, but he looked up for it.
Well, if you're not up for a game of that magnitude, then you shouldn't be playing. I'm a big Torres fan, but I can't. Somehow or other, he seems something's missing badly in his game now. Confidence maybe, but I mean, when he got slotted through on the first, almost his first touch, he overtouched it, and then the keeper, and he didn't make that much of an effort to sell the keeper there, a dummy or anything like that. At Liverpool, he'd have bang, bet your life on it, goal. And then he had the situation just afterwards when he tried to chip almost into an empty net and made a mess of it. So he at the moment's misfiring. Whether Llorente comes in and does that job for him, who knows? But Spain, yeah, great to watch. I think the best player I've seen in the tournament so far is Iniesta. I thought Iniesta was absolutely brilliant against the Italians. And as I say, a lot of the Italian boys, Del Rossi playing at the back, yeah, he was good. I like Schneider for Holland in the first game. And I like the left. One of the best players I saw in the early games was Contro, the Portuguese left fullback.
Let's just, we're talking about Torres, of course, for Spain, but let's talk about Balotelli for Italy as well. I loved your reaction there, just as I brought his name up just a moment ago. But I think for me, so far in the tournament, he has to have missed the best chance so far, one-on-one with the keeper, and he just seemed to be a little bit cocky, didn't he? It seemed to be a bit too clever, and it didn't work for him.
Well, it didn't. I mean, he got clean through, whether the Spanish goalie played it a bit clever, Casillas. Whether he did, I'm not sure. I actually thought the keeper should have come out and narrowed the angle more, and he didn't. Whether that put Balotelli off, he certainly was complacent. He wasn't in a million years expecting Ramos to get back and back tackle him, but, he paid the penalty. And whether he froze even, I mean, you wouldn't think he would, but, you look at him as a sort of confident, arrogant, almost arrogant type player, but once he was off, I mean, I actually think they're better off without him in the team. You look at Cassano, and Cassano's a loose cannon off the field, but when he plays, he performs. And Di Natale's got a great track record. I know he's a veteran. He's got a great track record, so I'd be very surprised if they didn't start with those two in the next game.
And one final thing, just away from Euro 2012, of course, overnight, Harry Redknapp has left Tottenham. Is he going to come to Dubai?
He'll certainly come. He'd definitely be out here on holiday. Nothing's sure. And, he's been linked with a position out here in the past, and who knows, he might do. I mean, I find the whole Harry affair, I mean, Harry's a good mate of mine, and everybody likes Harry. I find the whole thing since Christmas, all right, there was the court case, then the England scenario, and the chairman must have something up his sleeve to have allowed Harry to drift, and like that. I can't even start to fathom what the plot might be. Normally you think, oh yeah, he's doing that because is he going to bring Pep Guardiola in or something like that?
David Moyes is the early favourite.
Yeah, I thought Moyes might be in with a shout. But, that might not even be right at the moment. Harry was perfect for that job at this moment in time. And, I think they might regret letting him go. They might do.
All right, Ron, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your time here at the Ibn Battuta Gate Hotel.
Is that compulsory? Go on then.
Let's look at the big results from the last week. Then, of course, the US Open has been happening in San Francisco, and American Webb Simpson clinched his maiden major title with victory during a thrilling final day of the US Open. The 26-year-old beat Northern Ireland's Graham McDowell and fellow American Michael Thompson by 1 shot at a foggy Olympic club in San Francisco. MotoGP and Yamaha rider Jorge Lorenzo took a dominant British MotoGP victory at Silverstone to extend his lead at the top of the drivers' standings. The Spaniard started 4th but fought through the field before taking the lead from Casey Stoner at the halfway mark. Reigning champion Stoner came 2nd ahead of Honda teammate Dani Pedrosa. Here's how the world standings look in MotoGP. Jorge Lorenzo sits at the top at 140 points. Casey Stoner 2nd, 115, and Dani Pedrosa back there on 101 points. And here is the latest from Euro 2012. As it stands on Monday, Group A and B all wrapped up. Co-hosts Poland go out after a defeat to the Czech Republic. The Czechs and Greece make it out of that group, and the Greeks got a superb 1-0 win over Russia. Dick Advocate's side shocked to be eliminated. Group B saw one of the pre-tournament favourites go out. Holland played 3, lost 3, and leave having not performed at all. Denmark couldn't get the better of Germany or Portugal, so those two sides go through to the quarter-finals. We'll have more on Euro 2012 next week with Big Ron once again chatting to us. There we go, a packed Sport on 7 once again. We can't wait for the next 7 days of sport already. Next week, we'll chat to Aston Villa's club ambassador Ian Taylor about Villa's new manager. We'll also have Big Ron back on to talk Euro 2012. What shocks will we be talking about next week? You can follow me on Twitter at Tom Bushell UAE. And from all of us here on Sport on 7, see you next Monday at 8 p.m.